Right, I think I'm sorry about this, folks. We are 5 minutes late tonight. So, good evening. As you can see, I've tried. I've got a new thing tonight. I'm going to try and use StreamYard. So if there's a few problems tonight, I do apologise. Can you, if you're in here, can you just make sure that I want to know that everybody is able to watch this? So, busy week this week. The channel has had 2,949 views in the last 7 days, which is unbelievable. And Richard, I hope you're sitting down because I've had 72 new subscribers this week. Oh, that's good. Yes. Did you hear that? Good evening, Ralph. Yes, 72 new subscribers this week. I've never had so many. But if you've been into the channel, you would have noticed that there are shorts on there now. That's what's dominating. And that's why I think the views have gone up. Third place, we've got David Gates first. I know, it's fantastic. David Gates' first album, little clips of the album, 256. Deep Purple's Machine Head, 363. Rank in the tracks of Oxygen, Jean-Michel Jarre, 656, and that's in 2 or 3 days. Unbelievable. 28-day viewing, 7,674, with 98 brand new subscribers in the month. And it's the same 3 in the top 3. Now, this is the big one. Good evening, Stephen. Hope you're well. We've had 140,168 views since we started. Now, this is the big jump. 743 subscribers to the channel now. I am gobsmacked. Just thank you very much. So if you're watching this for the first time tonight, welcome. It's a bit different than we normally do it, but hopefully we'll get used to this. Now, we have got a battle of the debut, but I can't do a poll in here. If you want to vote, you need to go and do it in the community at the moment until I work out a way of doing it. But the battle of the debut last week between Suede and Supergrass, dead heat. Counted them all up 3 times and it was a dead heat. So there we are. So what's happening next week? Well, Monday we start off as someone's birthday, I do believe. Mr. Norris. It's your birthday top 10, first one up on Monday. And then we have got John Mitchell's story, part 8, and we're going to look at the EPs. I'll put all the EPs that he's been involved in together. And we've got a brilliant classic album review for you next week. We're going to look at the brilliant guitarist Robin Trower and his album Bridge of Sighs, even, that one that started his solo career. Now, next Tuesday, we're swapping things around a little bit because of a certain date next Friday. We're going to do a live album ranking on Tuesday next week. And we're going to look at the progressive Finnish metal band Pagan's Mind, followed up by a retro ranking of the Carpenters. People have been talking about the Carpenters, so we're going to look at my favourite songs by the Carpenters. Now, it's Wednesday, busy day, marathon day. We've got a bit of prog with Renaissance and also another birthday to do. Now, this one's quite special. This is a young lady called Stephanie, and she is the lead singer of the Canadian rock band Echo 7. She celebrates her birthday next Wednesday. Thursday, Battle of the Debuts, the bestsellers edition. we're going to get Foreigner and Double Vision against Journey and Escape. Real tough one. I mean, today's is Slippery When Wet and Hysteria. When I last checked, Hysteria was winning. Pick a mix next week. We're up to the mixing it up. And we've got our producer, and it is a viewer's request. And it was actually out by my good mate, Gary. And we're going to be looking at Nile Rodgers, who's produced quite a lot of albums and singles. So that one should be good. We'll be back here again at 8 p.m. next week. Rocky's on fine form tonight. He hasn't been out today because of the weather. I'll tell you a little story about Rocky in a minute. So next Friday is St. Patrick's Day. So we're going to have a St. Patrick's Day special. And I'll be ranking the albums of The Cause. And the one-off album is leading up because that day, the new album from The Answer are out on that day. And we're going to look at Cormac Neeson's solo album, White Feather. Now, I haven't done too much in the laundry list this week because I'm sure most of you know that on Monday, our one and only mastermind, Dave, had a stroke. Now, he's gave me a little bit to tell you what happened. So, he's using... Good evening, Rob. Hope you're well. So this is what Dave, sort of a press conference from Dave, or a statement. I'll just read this out to you. He said, just to let you all know, I had a stroke on Monday, 5 p.m. GMT. I managed to call an ambulance, and he was currently resting and recovering in the Ulster Hospital in Belfast. The staff have been very pleased with his progress. He thanked the ambulance crew, thanked his family, and he thanked us and the channel for our best wishes. And the good news is, Dave is home. I FaceTimed him yesterday. He's in really good fettle, to be quite honest. I was pleasantly surprised, and he's just got to rest up. And I'm sure he'll be watching this. He heads into sleep because he will be watching. So if you want to put your wishes in, that if you haven't, feel free. And it's good that he's a lot better, because I mean, if you watched my if you watched the shows on Monday, they're all over the place. They've been a little bit erratic this week, so I do apologise, but it's understandable. Don't know, on Saturday. Oh,
Dave is calling.
Alexa, answer. Hello. Can you hear me, Mother? He's just saying hello to you. I don't know if you can you all hear him? He's actually on Alexa. But Rocky's making a lot of noise. Let's shut Rocky up. If you can...
I'm actually watching the stream. I deliberately signed out so that I could be anonymous in the chat. I'm watching it. Thank you to everybody for all their very good wishes. I have such a long list of people to say thank you to. I put a post up on Facebook. There's far too many to name individually. I'll deal with them separately on a later time. But I just wanted to say thank you, everybody, for your good wishes. And yes, I am home. 72 hours and I'm home.
That's great news. I hope everyone can hear this, because it is just fantastic news. I'm going to move my microphone across a bit, see if that helps.
Okay, I have the stream muted at the moment, so I can't tell you if I can hear myself.
No, but Dave, it's, as you can hear, Dave is doing all right, which is good news.
Yeah, the physiotherapist came in this morning. She got me balancing on each leg for a minute with my eyes closed, doing heel and toe each leg for a minute. She was amazed that I could actually do it. Most people at 72 hours after a stroke, they're lucky if they can do 10 seconds. The fact that I did a minute, she was blown away. The fact that I could go up and down stairs, go into a kitchen, make a cup of tea, toast, butter toast and whatnot, carry it over and put it on the table without spilling anything, walk around in circles, walk normally, head up, looking down, looking left, looking right. They were amazed. They said I was so lucky that I had been able to phone within about 5 minutes of the stroke hitting me. It was that saved me. I said if it had been longer, there's every chance I wouldn't be here today.
So we're all thankful, I think. I mean, I think I can speak to all the gang who's usually here on a Thursday night. I mean, it's the best news we've had all week. I mean, I'm sure you can see you've got the messages are up there anyway, which is fantastic.
Yes, sorry, I'm having to walk backwards and forwards between screen and Alexa. I haven't got her moved over.
No.
But I'm not going to stay long. I'm going to call it a night. I haven't been getting much sleep because obviously in a hospital, other patients, call alarms are going off. Automatic lighting, because you're in a stroke ward, they have motion sensitive lights. So if you move, the lights will come on just in case you've fallen out of bed or something. So obviously the sleep has been affected. Hopefully I'm going to have a long night's sleep tonight. I'm going to put a hot water bottle in the bed and get up there and stay. Sod the snow. It has started here. It was actually snowing as we left Belfast.
Yeah, it's raining here now. But Rocky today, when it was snowing, because of his short little legs, I moved all the snow away so he'd got somewhere to do what he needs to. He goes out, and do you know what he does? He goes to the other end of the car park and does it there. So I had to put my boots on to go and retrieve it. Only Rocky would go and do something like that. That is a typical Rocky.
Yeah, but he's not going to do it right outside his own front door.
No.
Go and do it outside someone else's front door.
Yes. Anyway, Dave, we'll let you go. It's great to hear you, and I'm sure everyone is pleased that you're doing all right.
Yes, and once again, thank you to everybody for their good wishes. It did me the power of good to see and hear that video. Thank you very much for that. I was so surprised the number of views you got so quickly.
Yeah. Well, everyone loves you, so that's why.
So, it's going to take me a little while to get used to getting back to doing the laundry list, etc. But I'll be up to date fairly soon, I hope.
Okay, that's lovely to hear from you. I will FaceTime you tomorrow.
Okie dokie. Thanks, everybody, and good night.
Alexa. End call. Now, guys, I knew that was going to happen. He did text me earlier, so Dave is up and running, which is it's the best news we've had all week. Right now, let's have a look at this. Yeah, as you can see, we've gone into a thing called StreamYard. Now, the thing about this, if you're sitting at a webcam thing, you can actually, if you want to join me, I can invite you. So you can appear live on the stream as well. That's the idea of doing this, just to make it a little bit different. Right, I've got lots of new things to tell you about. Now, I'm sure some of you have noticed, if you've been on the channel, that I've been starting to do a few shorts. And they're going to be appearing randomly whenever I can do them. So that's another new thing. And the other thing I'm going to start doing, now I've done some of the album bands we've ranked that had new albums out since I did the ranking. And instead of doing a complete re-ranking, which I think is a waste of time, I'm going to do, like a lot of people do, this tier ranking. So this afternoon I've set something up and I'm going to do one over the weekend. I won't tell you which one I'm doing, but there will be a new thing. Again, it'll just randomly appear. It will not be part of the schedule. You'll just get extra bits. So it has been a huge week. There's one or two people I want to give a shout out to. One is Mr. Rob Walker for putting on my contest, which we'll talk about in a minute. Uriah Heep is going to be there, Stephen. Yes, Uriah Heep is one of the bands I thought about. Anyway, thank you to Rob. Now, he put me on to one of the channels, Rachel's Ghost. Now, I don't know if you've noticed that I've been on a couple of Rachel's live streams. And while I was there on Sunday, I think in 3 hours, I picked up about 40 new subscribers. And that's thanks to Rachel. So a big shout goes out to Rachel and Rob for their help. At this rate, we'll be having a thousand subs very soon. So that's brilliant. Anyway, the contest, for those of you that haven't entered yet, you've still got plenty of time. I've had quite a good response to it. There's people working on their videos at the moment. But if you just want to recap on what you got to do, you got to do a mixed tape, one side of a C60, which roughly works out at about 31 minutes worth of music. So pick your tracks that define you, make a video. Now, if you don't want to do it like us so-called professionals, says that laughing. If you want to do a thing like in a short but in a long, just put your favourite bits up. You don't have to say anything. As long as you put a presentation of your music, I will accept that, because I know there's a lot of people that probably would like to take part in this, but they're too shy or don't feel confident enough to make a video like these sort of videos. So if you just want to put something, make something up with your list, as long as it comes in a video form, I'll accept it. Now, the closing date is the 22nd of March, and I'll do the draw for the winner on the live stream on the 23rd. And what's up for grabs is a £30 Amazon voucher. Also, if you're going to enter from the States, because I know I had some from the States come in, I'll sort of work it out to equivalent, whatever. We'll get something sorted for you. So that's what the competition's all about. If you want to go and see the sort of thing you got to do, there are quite a few videos on other people's channels. There's mine up there. I know Richard's done one. I know Rachel has done one. Jimmy Barnes has done one, and Rocky is getting a bit loud tonight. But we haven't been out because the weather has been atrocious here. I mean, when he went out to the toilet, he looked like someone had thrown flour all over him. Bless him. And he's only got little legs. So he's been in the warm all day. Any, Stephen, any. Anyhow, I mean, I use what do I use? Magic's Movie Studio, something like that, or any sort of thing that you can upload. Even your camera thing on, if you've got a camera link thing on your computer, or even do it on your phone. It doesn't matter how you do it. So, well, thank you for doing one, Stephen. And you've got one, and you've got your top 10 coming up on Monday. You've got a really good one, Stephen. I'm sure you know what was in the charts when you were born, but you've got an absolute belter. Lots of real good tunes. Let's have a look where his nibs is. He's near the door, so that means he needs to go. So talk among yourselves. Oh, excellent. Thanks, Rob. I'm just going to go and sort. I'm going to sort his nibs out. Go on then. Oh dear, everything's collapsing around me. Even Wendy Warhol's fallen on the floor. Let's put him there. Right. Unpack. Well, one reason is to use this StreamYard is that you can actually join in. Good evening, Simon. Hope you're well. You've just missed. I had a call from Dave. I don't know if you know Simon. Dave had a stroke on Monday, but he's on the mend, and he spoke to everyone and everything else. So that's what's been happening. Yeah, if you're brave enough at any time and you've got a cam, and I'm talking to the people that actually do channels. If you would ever join me on the thing, I don't know how I do it, but I'm sure I'll work it out. So if you want to come and have a chat on here and be a part of the live stream, you're more than welcome. Or just ask me to join, and you're allowed to. I'll get you involved. I can have up to 6 because I have the free version of this. And the other thing is, this limits me to 2 hours. Oh, hi, Vinyl Picker. How are you? Do I like FM? I do like FM. They are in the laundry list. I know that much. Now, if you've got anything for the laundry list, your requests, just put them in on any of the videos, any comment, and put it in there at the moment, because although I have got a bit of paper here, I might miss something. So until Dave's up and running again, if you've got any requests, just put them in the thing. So that's how we do it, yeah. So if you want to, anyone wants to join me in the chat, more than welcome to. Because I know Rob was on Rachel's I don't know what day it was, starting to do something very similar over in the UK. So I don't know if Rob's going to start that one up. So I don't know. I'm not going to invite anyone. I'm just going to play around with this, because you can't do it when you're not live. Now, I know Richard said it's a lot clearer. Has anyone got any other feedback? Do you think this is going to be a better way to do it? Although we won't be able to do a poll for Battle of the Debuts in here, you can actually go and vote in the community or on Facebook or Twitter, because it's on there as well. So, so welcome to his first venture into the madness that is called the RTO live stream. So, yes. So, does anyone know anything this week? Anything? The only first, sadly, we lost Gary Rossington of Lynyrd Skynyrd. And yes, we are going to be doing something. I am listening to Lynyrd Skynyrd at the moment. I had a couple of albums on today, actually, while I was sorting out the new show that will come on the weekend. The tier ranking, which is, it's not going to be a regular thing. It'll be just now and again I'll throw one up. New Hacken album out, yes. It's on my list to review. And yes, I think Def Leppard will win, even though I prefer the Bon Jovi album. Because every time I'm actually totted up of all the Battle of the Debuts, and you guys have won more than me. UK Live VC stream. Yeah, we're going to have to start something, Ivan. Definitely. I mean, you can hijack mine anytime. So if anyone wants to come into this one, if you want to come in, let me know and you can come and join in. Yeah, I know, Ralph. That's it's quite sad. Great band, though. I'm love re-listening to them. I've had them cranked up loud today. What have I had on today? I have made a list of what I've had on today. This back book is getting battered. This is the work in progress. For those of you who don't know, I've got two books. The red and the black. The red one is the work in progress. This is what I've already, everything that's ready to go to be on ranking shows. So let's have a look and see what Lynyrd Skynyrd I've had on. I've had Gimme Back My Bullets on today. And Second Helping. Man United are on. Yeah, this is one place where we don't just discuss music. Football, foreign affairs, everything goes. I wonder what happens if I hit that button. Oh, don't know what happens there. Right, I'm going to see what happens when I do that. Let's do that. Do that. Right. I'm putting something in the thing. Now, if you're brave enough, come and join me. I can only have up to 6, so that there's got 5 people. So it doesn't matter if there's 1, 2. Let's see if we can get someone to make this a little bit different tonight. So there's the link. Click on that. It'll bring you into the StreamYard, but you must turn your YouTube down, or you start getting in your heads, like I found out when I first went on Rachel's. Kansas binge, that's a good one. I've had a big binge on everything. Well, I've been listening to 10. Boy, am I getting into 10. Good news is I finally sat and watched Casino Royale this week. I've been so busy, and I've also listened to the Quantum of Solace soundtrack. And I've got to sit and watch the film next, which I'll probably bore their pants off. Yes. Too Shy Kaguju. Shall I start again? Too Shy Kajagoogoo. Oh, great stuff, Rob. I shall look forward to it. The first time we've had interaction, proper interaction. Yeah, Nick Beggs from Kajagoogoo has played with Lonely Robot, which I did this week, and hardly anyone's watched it. Oh yes, David. Yeah, that's on my list to review. There's quite a lot coming through at the moment. I will get round to doing it. I might have to double up on some days to get them all in. Yeah, he plays with. I know he's a damn good bass player, Nick Beggs. Really good at the proggy stuff. But then again, I weren't a big fan of Kajagoogoo, but I did like his bass playing. I've always thought that his bass playing has been pretty cool. Have I heard of? I have, but I've never heard any of their stuff. Would you like that on the list, Stephen? And I'll write it down on my pad. I won't be surprised if, even though he said he's not doing anything, I bet Dave will make mental notes of these as well. Because you know what Dave's like. Is it good? I see I've got a lot of the stuff on it already. So I'm a bit dubious about doing it, to be quite honest. Getting it, because I've got it all. Unless they've enhanced the sound, I don't know. What do you think about it? Is the sound improved, or if you haven't listened to it yet? I'll tell you what is coming up as a review on here: a box set that I've acquired it from my mate Lee, because he couldn't get it to play on his CD player for some reason. But the only place I could get it to play was actually through my my desktop, and that's T-Rex's 1972, where you get the slider, you get the Wembley gig. So I'm going to do a little review of that as well. Now on Saturday, McCook and Skinner are at it again. Oh, excellent. We're at it again. We're going to do some greatest hits albums, number one albums, our favorite greatest hits albums. Also on Saturday, there is a new little thing that I'm doing called Childhood Memories. It's going to be one or two bits coming up in the next few months about things that we listened to when we was growing up. In a fortnight's time, we've got a really good special retro ranking. I'm not going to go too much into that and spoil it. But on Saturday, it's the 5th anniversary of the passing of the wonderful Ken Dodd. Now, one of the things that Ken Dodd was famous for over in Britain, so if you're watching in the States, this probably go right over your head. He did a thing called the Diddy Men. These little puppets are about that big. And they made a record. Somewhere, I think it's still here. Where did I put it? Maybe I haven't put it too far because I need it on Saturday. That's about right for me. I put an album down. I can't find it. What have I done with it? Ah, there it is. We'll be doing it. I'm doing a little special on this album. Ken Dodd and the Diddy Men. Now, this came out in the 60s, and I've still got it. It's a bit battered now. Let's see if I can say. Obviously, that's Ken Dodd. That's Diddy Man Dickie Mint. The little hat there. That's Mick the Marmalizer. That's Harry Cott. And you can see Hamish McDiddy. So we'll be having a look at that on Saturday. There's a little special and a little bit of a tribute to the very funny Ken Dodd. So look out for that one. I'm sure if you've not heard of the Diddy Men, yeah, there's a little bits of them on YouTube, but that's what we'll be doing. And we're going to do TV themes as well, and going to do something about this, like Sunday, the summer holiday stuff for those of us in the UK. And it'll give Ken Dodd could sing, you're right, Simon. He sings a couple of songs on that, so watch out for that. That'll be... I might actually Yeah, you're absolutely right, Simon. I might try and put a little short of that up as well, if I don't get copyright slammed, but because some of the tracks think. Good afternoon, Mick. Now, this is especially for Mick because he wasn't in. We had a guest on She Who Must Not Be Spoken to. The good news is, Mick, that Dave is at home. He has been discharged from hospital. He's making good recovery already. Now, what did I say? What did I say? He'll be adding things in. So there you go, Mick. Dave is supposed to be resting, and he's doing this. So yeah, he's not too bad. So yeah, he'll be back with us short at some stage, I'm sure. But I know. I mean, if he's up to, we've still got our Easter Bunny thing to do. So. Well, we've got a rough idea of what we're doing, so I haven't got too much of that. That's an Easter Sunday thing. Oh, hello. Hi there. Welcome to the UK Nut House.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing very well. Thank you very much for. It's all right. I've just knocked my microphone over. So this is it arts, isn't it? Hello.
Yeah, I turned off the YouTube.
Oh, yeah. He's all the way from North Carolina, so this is a proper transatlantic. So tell us a little bit about your channel.
I just got back from the barber, and my hair is almost as short as yours.
Yeah, yes, mine's. I had my ears lowered last week. Wish I hadn't though.
Yeah, my hair is usually was long. I hadn't cut it all winter, so it was out of control.
Yeah, we've gone back to winter here. We've had 2 inches of snow, which is unheard of.
Right. Yeah, I just bought this a new camera, Logitech. It's a 1080p camera, and then I bought this boom mic and stuff. And I'm trying to figure out how to use this, but I haven't been able to figure that out yet. But in my advanced years, it takes me a little time to do computer stuff.
Yeah, this is the first time I've used StreamYard. So
right. Yeah, I seen you the other day on Rachel's show, and then I noticed that your music and my music is very similar. And
well, you're more than welcome to come and join us any other time. Oh dear, Simon's joining us. Final Dale.
Hello.
There you go.
Hello.
Evening. You haven't got
How is everyone?
you haven't got your camera on, but is that because you haven't got one?
No, I've got one, but it's I got kids in the house, so
Ah,
it's
yeah, that's
I
understandable.
might get interrupted, sort of thing.
Yeah, it's good to hear you, Simon. I mean, we've been talking for a little while,
Yeah.
so I'm sort of ignoring my usual ones. So how are people feeling about having it like this now? The usual.
I'm enjoying it. I got the new camera because I wanted to start going on, maybe go up to Rachel's show and go to different shows and expand my my channel a little bit.
Yeah, Rachel's been a great help for me this week.
Yeah.
Like Rob. You know, Rob put,
Yeah.
because of my competition, Rob put me on to Rachel. I
Yes.
went on Rachel on Sunday and I got about 30 subs just sitting there talking.
Right. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we'll have to get Rachel on here because Rachel is an absolute scream.
Oh yeah, she's funny. Yeah, she cracks me up all the
Yeah.
time. Whenever I go
Knowledgeable
on there,
about
whenever
music.
I'm usually in the background listening, watching my getting on my my walker or my treadmill, and then I watch her in the morning, and sometimes when I'm driving around, I'll catch her if I have to go out for the day. But I try to go out 3 or 4 days a week looking for thrift stores and stuff. So, and then I got my show as on. Well, I was doing one show a week on Sundays, but then I only got 25 meg coming in the house, so it's hard for me to download. Well, even, I only have like he called it 2 going out, but I don't know what the 2. I guess it's 2 meg going out of the house because I live like out in the woods and in the country. So so I decided to do 2 10-minute shows. I do a 10-minute show on Wednesday and a 10-minute show on the weekend, and then so it only takes about 4 hours to download 10 minutes. I know.
No, I mean, well, I moved this last year, and I had high speed Wi-Fi where I used to live, and I moved up here, and it was still on mouse and treadmill, and what I had to really work, but now I'm on the glass fiber, and it's whizzing out. I mean, I did yesterday. I have my marathon day, which is when I do big rankings. The video was about 40 minutes by the time it had rendered. Went up on the channel and it only took about 40 minutes to upload to YouTube.
Wow.
It's that quick.
I noticed that behind you had a picture of Sky. You had the band Sky?
Yes, that was last week, yeah.
I mean, what was this? It was Sky 2, wasn't it?
Sky 2, yes.
A double album, yeah, with Francis Monkman. What a great band, underrated band. I mean,
I've seen them a few times. Hello, Simon. How you doing, mate?
Hello.
Yeah, I've seen Sky a couple of times.
Really, you saw them live?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, big, huge fan of Francis Monkman.
I just picked up Kevin Peake's 2 solo albums. I used to have them on CD years ago, but I lost all my stuff in the big purge in the 90s, all my albums. But Kevin Peake has 2 really good solo albums.
Yeah, I've got The Awakening.
Yeah, Awakening is one of them. And the other one is Life and Other Games.
Life and Other Games. Yeah, that's a good album.
Oh, they're both great.
I mean, I like Francis Monkman from his Curved Air days.
Oh, sure, yeah. I have a lot of Curved Air with Eddie Jobson.
Yeah, great. Yeah. And, of course, the wonderful Herbie Flowers.
Yeah, Herbie Flowers, yeah.
Who's still playing. I mean, I watched the new War of the Worlds thing that's on Amazon, and he's still there.
Wow.
Herbie Flowers is still playing the bass.
He's got to be getting up in age.
He's got to be 80. I mean, if anyone knows how old Herbie Flowers is, I mean, he did Blue Mink. He's played on everything as Herbie Flowers.
Right. Oh, I picked up every Sky album except for I don't have Sky Live 5. I don't have 5 live.
I've got 5 live. I actually ranked them all. If you go on the channel, you'll find my ranking show on
You did a ranking on Sky?
Yes.
When I was in a little town not too far from here where I do some picking, they had a video of Sky live. And I picked it up.
Done in Germany in 1981.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, when they played the whole of Where Opposites Meet.
I don't have it here next to me. Must be in the back. But I watched it and it was really good. Yeah. But it's probably on YouTube. I don't know.
Yeah. There's something for you on my channel next week, Simon. The Carpenters. I'm doing a retro ranking on them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I like
Tough.
the Carpenters, as you know.
Yes. Tough. When you have to pick 10 songs and 3 honorable mentions,
For who? The Carpenters?
That's gonna be
Carpenters,
tough.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's
My
a lot
wife
of good
likes
songs.
those.
That there were. I thought Karen had a great voice.
She did.
Oh, yeah.
She did.
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
Sure.
Very haunting voice.
And then
Yes.
they redid the one song, that Canadian band. They did what's that song? I can't think of it. It was a 84. Wow. They did a cover of a song that was from a Canadian band. I can't remember the name of the band.
Oh no, I can't. Yeah, I'm getting used to this. It's like a kid in a sweet shop or a candy store, as you would say.
It does.
I've never
take a
used
bit
it.
of getting used to.
Yeah, but
I think
I
it's
think
easier if you're on a computer. If you're on a phone, it's a lot more trickier. You got
yeah. I mean, obviously, I'm on
room
a
to-
computer.
It's
Yeah.
much easier.
Oh, for God's sakes! You know, don't ever have dash sounds. He's wrapped himself up. Something's fallen off the chair, one of my jumpers, and he's wrapped himself up in it.
Did you have to pay for this StreamYard, or was it?
No,
Right.
if I wanted it to have about 1 billion people on the screen, it cost me about 200 something quid. But this is the free one when I can do 2 hours
Right.
and I can have 6 people.
Well,
I mean,
that's
I
what
don't
you
think
need,
I'll use
isn't
it all the time because you can do only so much in a month.
Right.
But now and again, I will put this in so we can have things like this. Calling occupants. Thank you, Richard.
There you go. That's it. Calling occupants
So,
of
Yeah.
interplanetary.
We'll put that up. We'll put that one up from Mr. McCook.
So what were you using before then?
Just I was doing YouTube, doing directly through YouTube.
All right.
Yeah, so I like this. Yeah, I love. Yes, it's another bit of Herbie Flowers from Ralph.
Ian, you like listen to Genesis?
Huge Genesis fan. Huge.
Picked this up. I got it from Amazon. It came in 2 days ago, I think. It has 5 discs. I've listened to all but the last disc so far.
What are the sound? Because I've actually got some of that stuff before it.
Right. But on CD1, there was songs on there I've never heard Genesis do before. And it was before Hackett and Collins joined, of course. You can
God.
see those first 3 songs there. Parody.
No, I don't do what Rachel does, make it go so you're on the screen. Hold on. I think you have to do that. Yeah. Whoops, I don't know what I've done. That's it. Oh, no.
Hello.
I've got it. So
Anyway,
I don't know.
the songs were from 1970s, where this box set starts, and then it even has a live song on here. Harold even has Harold the Barrel live, and my friend said they hardly ever played that live.
Oh dear, I think I have to get that now.
It's from 72. Then it has the Paris from 72, Fountain of Salmacis, and Musical Box. I think I've heard that before. Then it has Stagnation from 71, Harlequin, Get 'Em Out by Friday, Twilight Ale House from 72. And I think so far disc 1 is my favorite. It's got to be.
I think Art has just sold that one to me.
Yeah, that was nice. And tonight I'll listen to the last disc, and the last disc is the Wembley concert from '87.
Oh, I was there.
You were there?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
How far
brilliant.
is that?
When they do Domino, he does this because if you know that Wembley, it's a stadium, and he goes, "These people over here, I think they're over there," and he keeps going there, and the crowd just went blah 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 blah. And I think Domino is far better live. Anyway,
Did you see?
how is everyone
Did you
else?
see? Did you see him on the last tour, Ian?
No,
No. Yeah,
I didn't want to.
it was very sad. Yeah, it looked very sad.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
were
I
here in
wanted-
Charlotte. I didn't go.
No, I wanted to remember Phil as
Yeah.
the Joker on stage and
Mhm.
playing drums. I mean, his
Right.
son's a great drummer.
Oh yeah, he's really good.
Yeah.
And I love Brand X too. I love Phil's playing in Brand X.
Yeah. I think one of my favourite live albums of Phil is that thing he did one night, Hot Night in Paris, with the orchestra.
Yeah, I don't have that.
No, it's a great
I heard
album.
I heard it's good.
Yes, big band and terrific stuff.
Mhm.
So anyway, Simon, what have you got coming up on your channel that's going to promote?
Oh, I've got a pickups video. I've not really picked up a lot recently, but I have picked up quite a few books. So I'll be showing what books I picked up, and there's music related. So it's not
Yeah,
any
so
book.
go and check out. He's Vinyl Dale, but he's known as his name's Simon. Go and check out his channel. Go and give it a thumbs up and a sub. Good evening, Zeb. Have I ranked Brand X yet? No. Is the answer to that one, Zeb? It is. It's on my sort of laundry list because there's your laundry list and then there's Ian's laundry list. And now and again I throw them in because I can. It's my channel. So if I can do things. So yeah, so anything else people's putting up that's quite interesting. Oh yes. Another hubby Flowers. Plays on
Oh,
Walk on the Wild Side.
Oh, he played with Lou Reed.
Yeah. Hold on. It is on the list. So there you go. Brand X are on the list. You see, for those of you who don't know, Dave is nicknamed by Charles gave me, Mastermind Dave. Although he's not been well, he's my backroom man. He knows more about what I'm doing than I do. He's got everything calculated, and he just tells me, and I just do. So I'm the face of the channel, but the real hard work is done by Dave, not me. I always say that because he does a great job.
Yeah, I did see your initial stream you did when you announced Dave was unwell. I did watch that. You said he had a stroke. Is that right?
Yeah, he had a stroke on.
Yeah.
But he's, as you can see, he's typing away, and I FaceTimed him yesterday. And I shall FaceTime him tomorrow now he's at home.
Right.
So it's good. It's good. I mean, he won't mind me talking about this, but when you're best friends for over, when did we meet, Dave? What year was it? It was 90s. So I've known Dave a long time. So it's. I mean, if you've watched any of my stuff this week, it's been a little bit. I've made a few mistakes. I missed out a whole album of Manic Street Preachers. How I didn't do that. Okay, I'm going to put this up from Dave, then you can see. Which is pretty cool, really, isn't it?
72 hours later.
Yeah. And then he's put
Well,
that.
let's
That's
wish
how
Dave a speedy recovery then.
I'm sure he'll appreciate that. Bye-bye, Rob. Apparently, Rob Walker's coming on this next week.
Right. Cool.
Yes, we're going to have Mr. Walker's presence with us.
Yeah. Royalty.
Yeah. Well, I've got to be nice to him. He's got me 70 odds. Between him and Rachel, I've got 70 subs this week.
Oh wow, that's good.
I know. Last week although I might get to 700 before Easter, 742 now.
Yeah, I'm catching
that's
up to
good.
you. I got 640.
Yeah.
I'm about
So
700.
go and all my
15, I
guys
think.
go and sub to North Carolina Vinyl and Vinyl Dale. We're here to help each other.
There you
This
go. Thank
is
you.
what the
Absolutely.
YouTube community, the vinyl community is all about. We're not in competition. We're all here to help each other. There's
Yeah, I've been sub to Vinyl Dale a long time. I've been working on this. I guess I've been doing this about 3 years now. Two and a half, 3 years.
Yeah, I've been about 3 years, I think.
I started in Florida when I was living in Florida 2 years ago. I moved up to North Carolina, so I used to be the Florida vinyl picker, and then I changed my name, and then it came out, I guess, a few months ago where you put your name in and you so you can keep it.
Yeah.
So now, yeah, because there's another guy, North Carolina picker, but he just goes around. I think he sells like antiques and stuff.
Yeah, there's a program I used to watch, The American Pickers.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, you like
Yeah.
all that stuff. Okay, Dave's wanting a little bit more for you guys.
where's Dave? Dave's in the UK also.
No, Dave is in Northern Ireland, up in the mountains of Mourne,
Oh,
County Down.
I'd love to go to Ireland. And
Oh,
I never.
I haven't been for a few years. I mean, I've
Yeah.
been going over to Ireland.
I was in the Navy for 20 years, and I was in Italy and Spain. I've been to Greece, and I've been to a lot of course, I was in the Middle East a lot. I was in Desert Storm, but I never been to England or Scotland or Ireland. We went to Norway one time, and I went to Brussels. And
Let's
Amsterdam.
talk about Brussels. Me and Dave have been to Brussels a couple of times, and we've had some very, very drunk nights in Brussels, haven't we, Dave?
I liked going to the Netherlands. That was really nice. We went to Amsterdam, and so that was nice up there too.
I've been to the States 3 times.
Oh, you've been to the States?
3 times, yeah. First place I ever went was Boston with Dave. We went to Boston. I nearly got in a fight on the first night because the Patriots had just won the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And they were going about being world champions. Now, in the October, England had won the Rugby World Cup. And I said,
okay.
the radio station was on there. I says, how can you be world champions? You play probably teams in America and Canada. We beat loads of people from all over the world, and we beat the Aussies in their own back garden. There was a blooming lynch mob after me for saying that. You can't be world champions unless you play people around the world, and that's my thing. I've been to Chicago, which is probably one of my favourite places I've ever been to.
Mm-hmm.
I went to the Blue Chicago bar, and I saw a woman called Shirley Johnson do a set there with all these blues players that have probably been in there, and apparently she is related to the great Robert Johnson.
Oh, wow!
That was a great bar. But there was no pint places. It was all liquor. And I mean, when I went, it's a long time ago, it was the pound and the dollar would, you got £1 to $2. Cheapest way to drink in there was a bottle of JD and 2 glasses.
You ever been to New York City?
Never been to New York, and I've been to Florida.
Okay, yeah, I was there 37 years.
Yeah, I've been to. I went to Orlando, but
that's where I was. I was close. I lived close to Orlando.
Yeah, I couldn't. I've been to the Space Station Center.
Oh, okay. Did you go to Daytona Beach?
No, I saw it from the top of the eye at the Orlando Eye.
Oh, okay.
No, I'd have loved to have gone, but that's for another day. I'd love to go to New York.
I'll be up there in June, the end of May, beginning of June. I'll be up there visiting my brother. He lives in New Jersey, where I grew up, and then we're going we're going to go into Yankee Stadium. I'll see my team. I'll see my Yankees play. And then we're going up to Cooperstown, New York, to the Baseball Hall of Fame. Now, he's been there before, but I've never been.
Yeah, I
So I'm
actually
looking
went to
forward
a
to that.
baseball game while I was in Chicago.
Oh, okay.
Apparently, the Bears were on the road, but we did go to the stadium, which is a fabulous ballpark. So we went and watched the White Sox, and we saw a thing apparently that doesn't happen very often when the bases are loaded
Mm-hmm.
and a home run's hit.
Grand Slam.
Yeah, happened twice in the same game.
Hmm.
And these guys that we were sitting next to, which I thought was great because being an English guy, me and my mate Lee, and we knew the rules of baseball and we was enjoying it. They thought it was brilliant.
Right.
I mean, I love
Yeah.
American football. I've been when they come over here to play at Wembley. I went to the first one. I think it was between New York Jets and the Miami Dolphins.
AFC.
And Dave and myself, we went to see because we've been to Boston. We were Patriots fans, so we saw them when they played Buccaneers over here, and that was great. Robert Johnson's Tombstone. Yes, that
So
is
you like
an
American?
album. I do. I like sport. Full stop. As you see, I've got an England rugby shirt on because we're in the middle of our Six Nations.
I've never seen a soccer game. My daughter played in high school, but that was just little kids playing. But it looks exciting on TV.
Yeah. Yes. I'm more of a rugby fan than cricket.
Mm,
But I mean, I like American sport,
right.
and I follow IndyCar. Always have followed IndyCar.
Yeah, my wife watches NASCAR.
I've seen that because we had a oval here in Northamptonshire at Rockingham, where
Oh,
they did have IndyCar and the support races. There was like the British version of NASCAR.
right.
I found it a little bit boring,
Oh, really?
but IndyCar on a 1.5 mile oval going at 100,000
Right.
miles an hour.
Did I hear you right the other day when you said you liked Marillions, like one of your favorite?
Yes.
Me too. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing a tier ranking of. I'll let the cat out of the bag now. I'm doing over the weekend.
Okay.
Tier ranking because
Oh,
I've ranked the albums, but I haven't included the new album. So what I've decided to do is do a sort of tiering, so I can put in the latest.
It's my favorite album of last year. The new.
Yeah,
the new Marillions.
2 Fridays ago, I went to see a great tribute band called Still Marillion. Now, Martin Jabaski, whatever his name is, he sings in Steve Rothery's band
Oh,
when
okay.
he's not doing it. And they were brilliant. Because all the other tribute bands at the moment are doing script because of its 40th anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
So they did Clutching at Straws, which happens to be my favourite album. So
Oh, that's your favorite album, their
Yeah.
fourth album. I saw them. I saw them live twice with Fish. Saw the first tour, and then Fugazi. They did the Fugazi tour. They opened up for Rush. I saw my radio music hall in New York, and then I seen them live. Was it 5 years ago? When the album came out, not the latest album, the one before.
the F word one.
Yeah, the F word one. I saw that. Oh, that was incredible. And I like Hogarth. I know my best friend who lives in Jersey. He's not a big fan of Hogarth. It's like, when Fish left, that was it, But I appreciate and I like all the stuff with Hogarth myself.
Yeah, I do. I mean, the first time I saw Marillion was in 1984 at Milton Keynes Bowl when they was on the Status Quo End of the Road tour, which also had Nazareth.
So what album? So that was
Fugazi.
Yeah, that's the tour I saw. Yeah.
Yeah, Magnum, which are a great English rock band.
I don't know
I know
them.
them.
Yeah, Simon will have heard of them, but yeah, go and check out Magnum if you like. It's very English, but it's good rock. Second time I saw Marillion would have been at Milton Keynes again on the Garden Party, which was the Misplaced Childhood tour.
No,
Then I saw them, and then I saw them on the Clutching. I've seen them on Holidays in Eden tour. I saw them do the whole of Brave in Aylesbury.
Wow. You get to see all the great shows because most of the bands all my life are all English bands. You know.
Yeah, I think during
There's
the
got a few of their albums on cassette, I think.
I've got some dodgy. Yeah. A lot of it came out on eventually came out on the official bootlegs, but I've got from the NEC, which is a gig I went to, I got a good pirate. And what they don't do on albums, yeah, I'll just put this up for you. This is from Ralph, one of my regulars. He's a big Magnum fan. That's the album you start with if you're going to listen to Magnum. Storyteller's Night. Yeah, and Fish is brilliant. I mean, I've seen Fish a few times on his solo stuff. Met him a couple of times. Really nice guy.
Mm-hmm. Retired now. His last album was really good.
Yeah, brilliant. I'm Facebook friends with the girl that did the backing singer, and she's a great sort of folk rock singer herself, Doris Brendel. She does a lot of stuff with this guy called Lee Durham. Terrific, great singer. She plays the flute, and that's a great sound. If you like that folky sort of rock, Doris Brendel is pretty good as well.
Yeah, it's like the Straubs. I love the Straubs.
Yeah, I've ranked them. I've
got a few of those on LP.
Yeah, I seen them.
When I ranked them, God, that was a hard thing as well because I love them all. You can't.
Yeah, it's hard.
Right, here's another one.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, there's another one for you to Magnum too. Now, I've seen talking of Magnum, there's a band called the Kingdom of Madness, which has actually got ex-members of Magnum who played together now as well. So if you see a band called Kingdom of Madness, it's Mark Stanway's in it, Mickey Barker's in it, and the original keyboard player, Richard, and I can't think of his second name. I'm sure Dave Bagnall will know. But he was in it. But when I saw it, it had Lawrence Archer, ex-UFO Grand Slam, and the magnificent Neil Murray, who's played with every goddamn rock band known to man.
Yeah. What do you think of IQ? You listen to them?
Yeah, big fan of IQ.
That's another band.
So John Jowick now the bassist with Arena, another great band.
Right, and he played with Jadis, right, too.
Yeah. At the moment, on one of the things I do on my channel, I do like a story, and we go through an artist who's been in lots of bands. I'm actually doing John Mitchell at the moment.
Oh, with Keno.
At the end of it, so we've done Keno, we've done Lonely Robots, Frost, yeah.
Now there's a guy on the internet that was in Frost, Andy Edwards.
Andy Edwards, yeah.
Right, he has his own channel. He's got a brilliant channel. And I watch him all the time.
Oh, I'll go and check him out and see if I can get him on.
I didn't get the connection at first, and then he started showing stuff like Frost and stuff. And I'm like, oh, I love their first album. I don't have it. I think I have it on a CDR. I have it, yeah, Million Town. Is that what it's called?
Million Town, yes.
Right, yeah. So, yeah, that's a great album. So I'm watching. I've watched maybe 10 episodes where he's ranking this and ranking that. And all of a sudden he says, I was in Frost, and I'm like, oh, okay. I had no idea,
People are not watching mine. They've watched like Arena, but hardly anyone's watched Frost. If you like John Mitchell, you're gonna love Frost. They are brilliant. He's also worked with Blind Ego, which is what's his name from Germany. He's done Legacy Pilots, which is Frank Oos. Yeah. And everyone that's been involved in prog in the UK, and also that John played on one Gandalf's Fist album as well. So he's been around the block as our John. Very underrated guitarist.
Now that I found you on Rachel, watch him.
Yeah. So those of you on my channel, if you like prog and you wonder about John Mitchell, go and listen to some of the stuff. There's plenty of playlists. I always do a playlist of my favourite songs off albums to go with the videos. So there's a little playlist there of some of their songs. So that's a good place to start if you're not keen about the band. Go and listen to what I've put on. That's what I like to do. I like to not just talk about them. I like to put a playlist of all the songs, my favourite songs off each album. So there's plenty of music to there.
And you play them on there. You don't get strikes or nothing.
No, because they're in playlists. I attach a playlist to the video. You know, when you at the end of the video, you get your subscribe, and you always put a playlist of the songs that are playing, and all the playlists are on the channel. So they're all over the place because I've got to sort them out.
Oh,
Yeah, Kepler Tenor is on John. They're a good band. They're on John Mitchell's record label, which they're going to be ranked because Stephen's asked me to. So they're in the book, ready to go.
so what band is he in now? Does he have his own
Arena.
band?
His main, well, I don't know. His main band is Arena, I think.
Oh,
But Eberts was, keen. I think last couple of years he's brought out albums with different bands. I mean, Keno, of course, has got Peter Travavas from Marillion in it as well. So,
right. Yeah, I'm not real familiar with them, with Keno. I've heard their first album, I think, a long time ago. And
Can't say I'm too familiar with many of these bands.
you're not familiar?
No.
Oh. So what do you listen to?
Quite eclectic taste, really. It's all over the place.
Yeah. I listen to mostly prog and fusion jazz. That's what I listen to.
Yeah.
I like
I'd say
Mahavishnu.
I'm not really a prog fan, so
Oh, okay.
I listen to indie and rock and a bit of jazz.
Newer music.
What music? Sorry.
The newer music, but
Newer,
yeah.
I guess so. Not modern music, but
Oh,
music.
well, I
mainly
think
of the last
Simon,
century.
your channels is as diverse as mine.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
We must be some of the most
bounce from one to
diversest
another.
channels on YouTube. 1 minute one minute I'm doing Venom, the next minute I'm doing Joni Mitchell.
yeah, I love Joni.
Yeah.
I just went to a store the other day, last week. I'm going back tomorrow to get the rest of them, but she had the first 10 albums are all OG. They were $3 a piece. The covers are a little wanky, but vinyl's nice. So I picked up 5 of them. I showed them on my last week's on my show, and I got them right here. And then I got the first 5, even Blue. I got a copy of Blue. That's an OG, and that one there is, there's that one, and there's Cloud. I didn't have Ladies of the Canyon. They got a little bit of there's Blue, a little ringwear, and then Court and Spark, and then she has 5 more over there that I'm going to go pick up tomorrow. So, but they're kind of like extras because I already have most of those. But for $3 a piece, I'm not going to leave them there.
No, definitely not.
No.
Why not? Snap them up whilst you can.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest one I picked up last year was Status Quo's from the Makers Off. I mean, when I brought it when it came out, I had it on cassette, and obviously the cassette got absolutely marmalised. And I picked up the box set of it for £5 at a record fair.
Hmm.
I do know what is coming out, and I think I mentioned this when I did the Mark All Through the Decades with Joe and Richard, that on Record Day here on the 21st of April, Mike Oldfield's releasing Opus 4, which was the working title for Tubular Bells. which will be a really good listen. I think it's got all the demo versions of what became Tubular Bells.
Hmm. I'd be interested in that. I have a lot of Mike Oldfield.
Yeah, huge Mike Oldfield fan.
What do you think of?
Yeah, I was quite
listening-
lucky, really, with Mike Oldfield. I picked up Tubular Bells 2 from a charity shop. It's like the 90s one he did, you know?
Yeah,
And they only wanted like £2 for it. I thought that was quite a good deal for like that album. 90s vinyl. You know?
yeah, it's a good album.
Is that the one with the orchestra?
No, is that the one with the blue cover and the yellow Tubular Bells?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's the second one. There's about 3 or 4 versions of Tubular Bells out there.
Is there?
Yeah, but don't watch the one on Amazon, the 50th anniversary. It's nothing. Mark Garfield's not playing on it, and then you got these dancers that are just. You wonder, well, what are you doing there? You're not. It's not relevant to what we're listening to, and they've changed it. And it's that same thing. Why bend something that isn't broke?
Even the second album, it doesn't flow as well as the first album. You know, it seems kind of dated. It's very sort of sampley as well. You know.
Yeah, Richard
It's,
McCook likes that album though. TB2.
Does he?
Yeah, he really likes that.
Yeah, there's 1 or 2 tracks on there I quite like. I think it's Tattoo, where it's got like the bagpipes. That's quite
Yeah,
nice too.
that is a good track.
Yeah, but that's the only sort of outstanding one I can think of, really.
Yes, one person I never got to see was Mike Oldfield. Basically, because he didn't tour.
No, but his first album, I think, was the best, wasn't it?
Yeah, I like all his stuff. I mean, they're quite. I mean, Mike Oldfield is probably this is the 4th most watched video on my channel, and I think it's about 2,000, nearly 3,000 people have watched that.
This is my favorite album of the year so far this year. Have you listened to Riverside?
Don't know it.
No, I haven't heard that one yet.
Have you heard the band?
Yeah, I've heard the band, but I haven't heard.
Okay. This is their latest album. It just came out in January, I think. ID Entity.
I think my favorite album so far this year has got to be Chaos and Colors, Uriah Heep.
Oh yeah.
Now, do you like Uriah Heep, Simon?
Sorry, what did you say?
Uriah Heep.
I'm not really familiar with it.
Oh,
I don't really know it. Sorry. I
I remember when I was in high school, Magician's Birthday, but that's a long time ago.
I actually got one of my subscribers, Mix from California. I actually got him into Uriah Heep since he watched my video, and he's got everything by them now. Oh, someone has seen Tubular Mike Oldfield. Ralph. Fantastic. Yeah,
You know the band Soup? Have you heard of them?
Yeah,
I've heard of them.
Soup.
I've heard of Soup, but not
These
familiar
guys are
with their.
brilliant. These guys are really good. I got into them. I think they're from Norway, or they're from maybe Sweden or Norway.
I think I'm going to add that to the list.
Yeah. This is their latest. They got another album coming out, but this is the album that came out. I guess this was a couple years ago. This one's called Visions, and this one's called Remedies. And I got them both off Bandcamp. And they sent me. I had ordered the CD of this because they were out of the vinyl. Then I ordered the vinyl of Visions, and they sent me the CD. So then I got a hold of them. They said, "Well, we're gonna send you the vinyl. Just keep the CD." So there you go.
Yeah. So there you go. There's proof in the pudding. I knew 3 Heap songs before RTO. Excellent.
I haven't really been buying much at all, really.
Hmm?
I haven't really been buying much at all, really. I've really slowed down. This is quite a slow down for myself, who's been going for a good solid maybe 5 years of buying records and CDs. I've the last few months, I've really just come to almost a grinding halt.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I think the other thing as well, there's more important things to buy than records at the moment. You know, it's
Yeah.
But
Living costs.
luckily, we've got Spotify, so you can still sort of keep up with what's what, which is helpful.
Yeah, I know
It's
people
not the
use that,
same, but
I'm not
you
really
know,
interested in it. Doesn't really appeal to me.
with some of the stuff that people get me to rank. I mean, I have to use all because some bands I've never heard stuff of, like Gong. I'd never heard much of Gong. I'd heard of them, but I knew about Gong. There was more versions of Gong and that was Seb who got me into Gong. And the only way I could listen to the entire catalogue was to go on YouTube and Spotify, and they've all gone into my library now.
I know you
There's
get
no
to
way
get to know new bands and new artists on Spotify, but don't you feel if you kind of get too involved with it, you kind of neglect your collection, what you already have?
I think that is, you're absolutely right, Simon. That is, I think, is the thing. But I had to get rid of quite a few CDs when I downsized because I just hadn't got the space here, which is sacrilege. But you do what you have to do. But luckily,
I'm probably going to do the same thing. To be honest with you, Leon. I mean, I've got so many CDs sitting in the loft, and I really need to go through them and cull them back a bit because it's just too much.
Yeah, unfortunately, I've had to revert to putting most of my my CDs. I had to go and put them on these, so I didn't want to lose that music.
No. Oh, I've got mine all on a extended hard drive on my desktop. I rip literally every CD I have. I put it onto there, and with that being the case, I can, if I want to cull back on some of the CDs, go through them and sort them out. At least I have a backup already. I'm not going to particularly lose anything, only the physical disc.
Yeah, I mean, it's like when I entered competition. Was it for Chris? We had to find an African song, or if you hadn't got that, you had to pick an album from the band you got your most albums from. And I thought Status Quo would be mine. It's actually Deep Purple. I've got more Deep Purple albums than Status Quo, which I can't understand really. Quo are my favourite band, but I've got more Deep Purple albums.
Deep Purple is your favorite band?
One of my favourite bands. Status Quo, Deep Purple, Uriah Heep, Pink Floyd, Genesis, Marillion.
I've never heard of Status Quo.
They're boogie band. Do you like Foghat?
No, that's more like garage rock, I guess.
They're quite a 12-bar boogie thing.
Yeah.
Do you want to? I've put up a first real heavy album, bluesy rock album, on one of my shorts, Mark Kelly's Greasy Spoon. That's what the Quo sound is. They do a great version of Junior's Wailing, Steamhammer tune. Do a really good version of that.
I don't think Status Quo was real big in the U.S. I've heard of the name, but I've never heard their music.
No, they were never big in America. Like Slade.
I know, yeah. I remember Come On Feel the Noise when I was in high school, I think.
Yes, quite right.
I met the drummer. I met the drummer of Status Quo.
What?
I can't
John?
think of his name, but one of the ones that obviously left the band, I think, during the 90s, I think.
Jeff Rich. He does drumming school. Yeah, Jeff Rich. He does drumming.
That's right. He did. It goes up and down the country, didn't he? And he came to my school, sort of, I don't know, about 1997, I think it was. And he'd done this like rehearsal, and he's quite a funny bloke actually. We had a lot of laughs with him, He was.
It's not very tall, is he?
No. But it was good to, hearing all the drum sessions and stuff. And all
I've met John Coghlan. That's the only quarrel I met. I've met Noddy Holder though.
Yeah.
Of Slade. I had a real good chat with him. Obviously, I've met Fish. I haven't met many pop stars, I'm afraid. I'm not one of these. Oh, well, the biggest one I met, I actually bumped into Mick Box, literally, from Uriah Heep. Oh, I've met Neil Murray and I've met Mark Stanway. Had a great conversation with them. Because we were talking about when Mark Stanway joined Neil Murray, Bernie Marsden, and Mickey Moody to do that Whitesnake thing called M3, and they got Mark to play the keyboards. And he said one of the hardest jobs he ever did was learning John Lord's keyboard runs. He said they were so intricate in places. That's for the stuff he did with Whitesnake. Hard work, he said.
Do you listen to Porcupine Tree or Steven Wilson?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Love that.
They're
That
my
album
favorite.
last year was brilliant.
Yeah, it's really good.
Picked up
I didn't go to
this,
the closest the show was in Washington, D.C. I didn't go up to see it, but I would have liked to have gone. But I really don't want to miss Steven Wilson solo. He's going on tour, but hopefully he comes close by here.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Steve Wilson, not just as a musician, but as a producer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He did the remix of Brave for the box sets, the Marillion box sets. He brought that album into another dimension.
Yeah, I need to get that. I got the original version, I think.
Yeah, I mean, the beauty if you buy the box set, if you've got surround sound on, your DVD surround Blu-ray,
Mm-hmm.
the albums they've released so far are incredible. Now, Fugazi, I mean, I did a video over Christmas of the things. Fugazi, I've always thought it was never mixed properly.
Mm-hmm.
And when you listen to the documentary, I mean, what was it? Who was the producer of that? Nick? Well, no, Chris Kimsey, I think. I can't remember which one it was. But he had got a few drug issues and it was a bit of a mess. But whoever remixed it, we have now got the definitive Fugazi. It blows the original recording out the water. Sometimes I've always been this thing about remixing stuff, but some of the Marillion stuff sounds much better now than the original mixes. Even Script sounds a lot better. I was hearing things that I'd never heard.
No, that's good. Yeah, I always thought they were kind of muddy.
Yeah, it was. But if you love Script, when you listen to the Surrounds 5.1, it just blows your head off. Absolutely amazing stuff, especially some of the Mick Pointer drumming on that first album. Everyone sort of gives Mick a hard time. I think Mick Pointer is a great drummer.
Is he the one at this sheet Marillion?
He started Marillion. He was the guy that started Marillion,
Right,
Silver
but
Marillion. Yeah.
The band that's going around doing the old Marillion songs. There's another, like you said, there was a. Is there an original member that is in that band that goes through that?
There's Mick Pointer's is called Mick Pointer's Marillion or something. He does that.
I've seen
he's
something.
and he's in Arena now, of course, with Clive Nolan.
Oh, okay.
And John Mitchell and company. There's another one called Silmarillion or something like that. Then there's one called Carillion. I saw a band called Reel to Reel, but they split up during COVID. But the best one is this Still Marillion. They are fantastic.
Right. Yeah, you'd never see that here in the States.
No.
I picked up this DVD of Status Quo. £1 from a charity shop. It's the Access All Areas, their greatest hits.
One of many greatest hits albums.
Yeah. So we've got the original price tag from HMV on there.
Cool grief. I think I've only got two Status Quo compilations albums. I've got 12 Gold Bars when it come out,
I've got that.
and I've got a thing called To Be or Not to Be, which is the some of the B-sides, and that's the only two, apart from the Makers album. I don't count that because that was a special box set. But I've got most of the stuff on thing. It's like Queen.
I brought a compilation album of Status Quo years ago. Remember when Play.com was a thing?
Yeah.
Probably about, I don't know, 20 odd years ago, maybe. Yeah. I brought this compilation and I received it, and it came with 2 discs, and both discs was CD1. So I missed out on the second disc. I was like, oh, for God's sake, you know. But I should have really sent it back and, you know, got my money back, but for some reason I didn't. I think most of the songs I liked were on the first CD anyway, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's like Queen. I don't know Queen's greatest hits.
They had about
But
3 albums of the greatest hits, didn't they? 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, I've got 3. The only reason I've got that because it was bought as a present for me.
Yeah, I've got like a box set, which, you know, all comes together all as one.
Yeah, I went to see a really good Queen tribute band the other week called Queen Extravaganza.
All right, yeah.
They're excellent. They did Keep Yourself Alive, Dragon Attack. The funny thing was when they did Keep Yourself Alive, there was people sitting in front of us because we was up in one of the Muppet boxes, as I call them, and they were going, "What's this?" And Keep Yourself Alive. And there was people in the crowd, like proper old Queen fans, giving it to Keep Yourself Alive. Because there's 2 sets of Queen fans.
I know you were saying about doing a greatest hits video or stream or whatever, but I think that first album, the first greatest hits album, that has to be number 1, doesn't it? I mean,
only gets 12 Gold Bars got to number 3.
Really?
Yes, because first thing I did, I thought, oh, that's got to be on the list. So I went and checked it out. It only got to number 3.
Technically, though, it's not a greatest hits, though, is it? It's just, like you said, 12 gold bars. So, I mean, does it not have to have greatest hits in the title?
No, see, they've got to be number 1.
All right.
Now, what's this? Never heard of that.
He did some stuff with Roger Waters.
That's right. I've heard the name, but I couldn't place it. Now I can. Thanks, Art.
Music for the Body. I don't have it, but
oh God, yeah, that
the old goat had. He was showing it. I think he had it. He's got a great channel.
Look, see if
I got a pile of stuff today that I got at charity shops.
Oh, excuse I.
I went to like five charity shops today, and I got a whole bag full of stuff.
Well, I haven't been into the town, into Northampton for a little while, so I usually go around all the charity shops looking in what I can.
I found something interesting today I'd never seen before. It's a 45 of Arthur Brown. Fire.
God, what a great song.
Yeah, it's not the original sleeve, but I just never seen this before, and it was in a stack of 45s or 50 cents. So I picked it up. I got to wash it. I got to clean it.
Yeah, there's one there for you, Art. Our Circle Line, an American East Coast prog band.
Never heard of them.
There
Circle Line?
Circle Line, yeah, I've never heard of them.
Mm-mm. No. I've been listening I like to listen to Camel. I have all their records, and and Hatfield in the North and National Health, and I listen to all that stuff.
Yeah, I'm ranking the albums of Renaissance on next Wednesday.
Oh, when are you doing Renaissance?
Next Wednesday.
Oh. How often do you go on live like this?
I do a live stream every Thursday evening, UK.
Oh, tonight we're going to be going back on again?
And I put up I'm on every, I mean, I can't use the phrase because SOT use it. I'm on every damn goddamn day. I put up 2 videos a day, usually an album ranking and then a little one of the.
Oh, okay.
Like today, I do a thing called Pick a Mix where I just alternate what we do. Today, I did the top 10 singles for today in the United States in 1969.
Oh, okay.
And the other thing I do, if you have a birthday, I'll do your top 10 for the day you were born on.
I think Elvis Presley, Jailhouse Rock was the #1 song when I was born. December the 30th, 1957.
Yeah.
Chaka Khan, I Feel For You was #1 when I was born.
Mine was Distant Drums, Jim Reeves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Found this one today.
Which one's that?
It's the first Doors album.
The first Doors album. Sorry, I can't. My eyesight's going. Then there's a bit of glare. Oh yes, I can see it now.
This way. That was $1. First Chicago album.
Oh, that's a brilliant album.
I'm a big Tori Amos fan. This is one of her EPs. I probably have another copy.
Yes,
of it.
I like Tori Amos, and there's another thing we do I'll do on the channel. The last Tuesday of every month, we call it Ladies' Day, where the 2 shows are all about ladies. We'll do an album ranking of an artist and a retro ranking songs.
I love Kate Bush.
Yeah, I've done Kate. I did PJ Harvey last month.
I never heard her.
Bit of rock, indie rock. Well, you've heard of PJ Harvey, haven't you, Simon?
Yes, I have, yeah.
Yeah, well, how would you describe? Because it's hard to describe her. Rock, alternative, post-punk.
I guess so.
Yeah, something like that. Really, really good musician.
Picked up a, you mentioned Tori Amos. I picked up a single. I don't normally buy singles, but I thought I'd get this one, and that's.
Oh yeah, that God.
Cornflake.
Yeah.
Cornflake Girl.
Yeah, Tori Amos will come up in a Ladies' Day.
Oh, okay.
Forbidden,
what we're doing next month. Where's Dave when I want him? Alan Parsons.
Oh, I love Alan Parsons.
Oh, there's some news for all us Proggy 4 fans.
Found this today.
So.
Oh, Anderson at Wakeman Quartet.
I paid a whole $1 for that.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I said. I couldn't believe it.
And also next Wednesday, it's the birthday of the lead singer of this band. They're a Canadian sort of sort of grunge rock band, Echo 7 from New Brunswick. Yeah, Stephanie, the lead singer. It's her birthday. Yeah, I sort of do a lot of things for this band. They're a great band. Chat to them quite a lot on Instagram. So I'm doing Stephanie's birthday on Wednesday as well.
Is that a newer band? Oh, Ian, is that a newer band?
That's a new band, yeah.
Oh,
great little rock band from up in Canada in New Brunswick. They have
progressive
got a
rock?
YouTube channel. Echo 7.
Is it a progressive rock band?
No, they're a rock grungy sound, female-led singer.
Like early 90s?
Yeah, early 90s sound. It's really good.
Raul, Tears for Fears.
Tears for Fears, yeah.
Tears
Big
for
fan
Fears.
of them as well.
I never
Yeah,
seen this album before.
No.
Raul and the King
Yeah,
of Spain.
is that the one where it's just one of them, isn't it? It's just Roland, isn't it?
Yeah, it says on the back, Roland. Yeah,
Yeah,
And
it's just
Andy-
Roland. Kurt
and Alan Griffiths.
Yeah, Kurt, but there's the new album that their comeback album was absolutely brilliant.
I haven't. I know Steven did produce that, right?
Yeah, I did that. One of
I
my
haven't heard
favorite
it.
albums of last year.
I haven't heard it.
Oh, go and check that one out. It's really good.
Yeah,
I got another single here. I couldn't
There's too
resist
many of them.
getting, and that's Stone Roses.
Oh.
She is the Resurrection, which of course doesn't feature on the debut album, which is absolutely criminal. But yeah, what a great set track, and it's got all sorts of versions on there as well. It's got the LP version, and others. So yeah, £1 not bad, is it?
Yeah, there's Stephen's claim to fame.
XTC. That's another band I don't know.
They're just very English. You listen to it, it's just quintessential English. See, where I am from Northampton, the only people that are known in Northampton is one of the girls from Steps was born here. And who else is from here?
Never heard of it.
Three Steps are just a poppy band. Dave Holland, Clanad, yeah, love Clanad.
Oh my gosh, I love these guys. They just
Yeah.
went on
Yeah,
their
I know
last.
them. I know them.
I never seen this one before.
No, I haven't seen that one.
No, I haven't.
No.
Oh, hello, welcome.
I've been trying to find, or hopefully come across, Fleetwood Mac's Rumours on the CD. I've got it on vinyl, but I haven't got it on CD. I finally come across it. It was
There
£2.
you go.
It's a double disc. I open it up, and it's got the completely wrong disc in there. I'm going, oh. Always check. If you can, always check.
Yeah, Seb's just say try XTC's Black Sea. That's a good album. Good place to start.
Try XTC Black Sea. Huh.
Yeah, Dave Holland from ex Judas Priest and Trapeze drummer was from Northampton.
You ever heard of this band, Al? Ian? Aztec Camera.
Yes, yeah, big band in the 80s.
I seen this for $1 today. I looked at it, and it's really clean. And it was on Sire Records, and that's what Renaissance was on, right?
Yes.
So I said, I'm just going to grab it and see, for $1.
You can't go wrong for that.
No, you can't go wrong for $1.
I'm quite naughty sometimes when I go into
I don't
these.
like these guys.
Yeah, I've seen.
That was
When I last saw Kiss,
I don't
they
Look-
nearly blew my ears out. Oh my gummer!
for
People
$1.
don't like that. They don't like people. A lot of people don't like that one. I love it.
I wasn't going to leave it for $1.
No, you don't leave. Yeah, I like to go into charity shops, pick up these albums, knowing how much they are worth.
I never seen as many times as I've been in Goodwills and as many Goodwills as I've been into in my life. I've never seen a Pink Floyd album in a Goodwill. That had to be the first. There's a
Yeah.
few scratches on it, but I still wasn't going to leave it. So
It's like I picked up my Aladdin Sane David Bowie for £2.
Wow.
An original
Wow.
present as well. So I got it out of the thing, looked at, oh, this is an original, we'll have that. And as I went out the shop, I said, you do realise this is worth a lot of money. And you've just sold it for £2. Do yourselves a favour, I said, buy Record Collector. I said, because people will pay for this.
Yeah, I brought a £300 CD for £1, like about a month or so ago. Told you, didn't I?
Yeah.
I think. yeah, it's
It's like Genesis. I brought the Lamb Lies Bright down in Broadway, the Canadian pressing, for £5 off eBay.
yeah.
Oh, we're looking for something else, and you know when you go on eBay, you look for and you find something else. And I went Canadian pressing, £5. I'll have that.
That's coming home with me.
Yeah,
When's the first time, Ian, you saw Genesis?
1987, the only time,
Oh, okay.
but it was worth it.
Oh, sure, yeah. I saw the Wind and Weathering tour. That was the first time I got to see Genesis.
Yeah. See, Steve Hackett played in my town, and the tickets went on sale, and they were sold out within 2 hours.
Wow. I've seen him by himself a couple times.
Yeah, love Steve Hackett.
Oh, me too. Yeah. I have all his stuff. Just about.
Yeah, tomorrow I'm going to be reviewing the new Rick Wakeman album.
Oh, is that good?
Yes, I like it. I know I've seen one or two people review it and they're not very keen on it because it's not it's not the proggy side of Rick.
Oh,
It's more the more subdued sort of side. But I love anything Rick Wakeman does, full stop.
well,
Except his prayer albums, which we weren't very keen on.
someone said the Red Planet album was good. I never heard it. But,
Fantastic album.
Hmm.
Really is good.
yeah.
People I think are experts think, oh, there's someone else.
There's just so much. There's just so much out there you can't buy it all. I can't buy it all. But like you say, if you listen to it on Spotify, then you could listen to a lot of different stuff.
Got someone, Pulsar saw Genesis on the selling England by the tour. Lummy now. That would have been an excellent tour.
74. Wow. That was.
That's when Peter came out dressed in Britannia, didn't he? And
I was a
"Can you
sophomore.
tell me where my country lies at the unique."
That would have been awesome. But the Wind and Weathering was nice. I saw him at the Garden in New York City. And then the following night, we drove over to Philadelphia and saw the same show. So we saw it twice.
Yeah, I've got a recording from that tour, a very good bootleg.
That's basically the second's out. That's the second out tour. Right?
There's little bits, but there seems to be more tracks on than what's not on Seconds Out.
Oh, okay.
It was actually recorded in Zurich on that same tour.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. And then I saw every tour after that, except for the We Can't Dance. And it was in Orlando. And we got there, and Phil said, they played one song, and then Phil said, I can't continue tonight because I have laryngitis or something. And he left the stage, and we didn't even get our refund.
Yeah, he had a bad issue with his throat, didn't he, back in the 90s?
He had a problem, yeah. So that was that show. I didn't get to see that one. And then when was Invisible Touch? Was like
80? It came out. I think it was 87.
See, I was in the Philippines then. I was in the Philippines from
87. Because I know, we saw.
I missed that tour.
Yeah, we saw Genesis one night because at Wembley Stadium, Genesis were playing, and across in the Wembley Arena, Peter Gabriel was playing on the So tour.
Yeah, I didn't see that either because I was overseas.
We went down for the Genesis gig. Saw that Peter was doing 2 nights at Wembley. So before we went into the arena and bought tickets for the following night to go and see Peter Gabriel, which is fantastic.
You're going to be seeing him on this next tour?
I'd love to. I really do. But the trouble with that now, you need a mortgage to buy a ticket.
Oh, really? Because the tickets are on sale, I believe.
Expensive to go and see concerts in this country, in UK at the moment.
Oh. Yeah.
I think my mate went to see Rolling Stones last year at Hyde Park.
The problem I have is that they don't come around here. They don't come to the
They're
Charlotte
releasing a
area.
new album, aren't they?
Who?
Rolling Stones. And
Yeah.
Ringo and Paul McCartney will be playing on, I think, one of the tracks that they're doing.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
As much as I love the Stones, I think it's time to pack in. I really do.
Yeah,
Think it's
I
time to
guess
call it a day.
Yeah. I think they, after Charlie died, I think that should have been finish the tour. Thank
And
you.
yeah, I don't think their last album did so well either, did it?
It was a Blackpool Blues. It was just a covers album, wasn't it? Their last studio album. It's not too bad, but yeah, I think it's time to. I mean, there's lots of people I've seen that shouldn't do it. I mean, Whitesnake, least David covered album, he can't do it anymore. Ozzy Osbourne says he can't do it anymore. You know.
Well, I thought the same about pardon me, Iron Maiden, and then they released this, that album about a year or two ago.
Just,
and it was,
yeah,
really good. So,
I have heard this. I don't know how true it is, but Richie Sambora may be rejoining Bon Jovi.
oh,
I don't know how true that is, but that's another one that he's either got to go and sort his voice out or hang his boots up, because he sounded terrible on the last tour. I mean, I saw Bon Jovi back in the day. One of the best shows I saw was Bon Jovi supported by Lita Ford. When she had the supporting her Lita album, when she did the duo with Ozzy Osbourne.
You get a lot of the American.
We get a lot of them, but yeah, I mean, I've seen quite a lot of things. I mean, one of my favourite bands from the 80s and early 90s was Living Colour. Saw them; they were incredible. Very good band. Well,
I'm not an 80s guy. I don't like a lot of the music from the 80s. Well,
yeah.
I was listening to Genesis and Gabriel and Kate Bush and stuff like that in the 80s, but I wasn't listening to any of them. Pretty much
like picking up 80s CDs from the charity shops. They're an absolute steal, and they're going up in price on like likes of eBay. So grab them whilst you can.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I picked up.
Well, gentlemen, I'm just looking at the time, and my 2 hours is nearly up on this. So I'm gonna pull the plug on this one. Thank you, Art. Thank you, Simon, for joining me tonight. Thank you for those that are just watching, and hope you've enjoyed the new format. Please leave your comments in the comments below about what you think of this the way we're doing it now, and I'll take on board any feedback. Just to say thanks to my two co-hosts tonight. Thank you very much, guys. I'll be back tomorrow. We've got some live album ranking day, and it's one of them shows where we're going to take a band that have only had the one live album. So I'll put a few together, and also we've got Rick Wakeman, and don't forget McCook and Skinner are at it on Saturday, and we're doing Ken Dodd and the Diddy Men as well, just to throw in a bit of childhood memory for us.
Will that be a live show, or will that just be?
No, so that'll be a show. It won't be a live stream.
Okay, so
it'll be putting up thing. Oh, new viewer, Pulsar, thank you very much.
Next time you'll be live is next Thursday?
Next Thursday, 8 p.m. British, going to be Greenwich Mean Time.
What time is that here on the East Coast?
Is it 5 hours, something like that?
So
I don't,
3 o'clock?
I'll do, I'll put a thing up there. I'll put something up.
I see it. From 3 to, it'll be 3 to 5 here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, and good night, everybody.
Okay, we'll see you next Thursday.
See you next Thursday. Bye.
Okay, bye, Ian. Take care. Bye, Vinyl Dale.
Bye. Bye.